This is Imp. This is our 2015 Kia Soul EV. It's my wife's daily driver, or at least it was until the last 6 months, which it's spent at Kia's leisure in their garage, waiting for a new battery pack. And for a car that is nearly 10 years old, that has 91,000 miles on the clock, we were pretty excited by the fact that we were going to get a brand new battery pack. So let's tell you how that whole process has gone. All right, so I'm going to actually have my phone and I've got some paperwork here with me because this is actually a fairly long story. So for those who don't know, the original Kia Soul EV came with a 27.5 kilowatt hour battery pack, which around 2018-19, a lot of these packs got recalled and replaced. And this car was one of those vehicles. Now, I know this for two reasons. One, we were subject to what's called the E400 recall. Like colloquially, it has a proper name, which is NHTSA recall number 23V218. And manufacturer recall number SC267, at least in the United States. And that was because it turned out that similar to other battery packs produced at the time, there was a manufacturing defect, which meant that in circumstances that were less than ideal, the pack might go en fuego. And in fact, the battery management system in the vehicle was unable to detect that problem, which, bad. I think we can all agree that's bad. In fact, the original statement here is that all 2018 and 2019 model year Soul EVs and certain 2017s and certain 2015s and 17s manufactured from July 14 onwards that have had their high voltage battery replaced under warranty with an E400 battery pack need to be recalled due to a electrical short circuit between the anode and cathode of the battery cells, which can occur within the high voltage pack assembly case underneath the vehicle. If a short occurs, a fire may result while driving, therefore increasing the risk of injury. The cause of the short circuit is unknown, but is believed to be caused by abnormally excessive precipitate within the battery cells, which suggests that maybe there's some kind of crystallization occurring and it's puncturing the layers of insulation. Yeah. So what happened next? Well, then Kia, now this was issued in March 29th, 2023. So then I got this lovely letter from Kia, one of these, which is an interim notice, which basically said, in May, we know there's a problem with this car and it might catch fire, but don't worry about it too much. We're working on it. We're going to fix it. But we don't know how we're going to fix it just yet. Hang fire. And then I got another one of these, which is the follow-up notice in August 2023, which actually said, we have a remedy. We know what we're going to do. And what we're going to do, and this will be familiar to owners of Bolts and owners of Konas, and yeah, they said they were going to do a software update. And I've kind of covered this before, which is why I'm breezing through it quite quickly. But they said, we have a software update. That software update can detect when your vehicle is having this abnormal condition occur, and it will restrict power, and then you will have to take it to a dealer to have the battery pack replaced. Okay, so took my car over. That was eventually, I got an appointment in September of 2023. Took the car there, they looked at it, they had it for a few days, and they said, your car has a battery management system that's too old and its cabling is insufficient, so we're going to have to order you a new battery management system and update the cabling for the vehicle. So car came back to us, we used it for a little bit, and then we got back to the garage again. So back to the garage in October, and in October they performed the SC267HV battery pack and BMS software update. That update theoretically enabled the car to tell if there was the possibility that a short was developing. And if you look on the owners' forums, you can see a catalogue of problems that came as a result of this. So we got the car back from the dealer on October 23rd, was in and out pretty much the same day. New BMS, new software, new wiring between the pack and the BMS. And then, just over a month later, my wife went out to the car and experienced this. So fortunately, it was a day where I was working for Transport Evolved, so I could drop what I was doing, say, you take my car, I will sort out what's going on with the Soul. And the Soul went straight back to the dealer. And the dealer then had a look over it and said, yes, we need a brand new battery pack. In fact, the statement here is, customer states after starting vehicle, check EV system, warning light came on and vehicle is turtle mode. Please check and advise. Checked for codes, found P1AD1 stored as current. Found service bulletin SC267Z. Verified that SC267 was performed on 10/23/23. Batteries in vehicle do have the AA on the sticker when SC267 was previously performed. Techline case started on 11/27/23, updated with current vehicle data as Techline advised. Technician recommends replacing HV battery packs for SC267. One is ordered. So that was in November of last year. And then since then, the car has sat. It sat at the dealer for 6 months. And it wasn't that I didn't get any communication. About a week after that, I got a call from Kia and they said, hey, I'm going to be your rep for your battery replacement. Let me know if you have any problems. We'll call you with updates. Call me with updates. All right, so let's run through the updates that I managed to get from them. So December the 5th was when they called me originally. I believe there was a phone call in between then and February, which is my next email to them when I said, hey, it's February. You've now had the car quite a while. What's happening? And I was informed that there was no update. The part was back ordered. And then nothing again for another month when I emailed again, and I was told that the part had arrived in the US, that the vehicle had a remanufactured battery pack. Now, originally they told me it was getting a new pack. That, when I clarified, turned out not to be the case. It's actually a remanufactured pack anyway. And on March 5th, they cheerfully told me the part was in the US. It had made it all the way from Korea. It was being quality controlled. I did wonder why they didn't do that in Korea, and then they would message me when it went to the dealer. So then in May, I got a call from the dealer, and the dealer said, you're not getting a new battery pack. We've installed a software update. That's what Kia is telling us to do now. The part that you want for this vehicle is back ordered with no date for production or for shipping. And Kia have said that the cars will be fine with this new software update. So then I emailed Kia and I said, hey, I'm a bit concerned because my car had a new pack in 2019. This pack is, about 5 years old at this point. I don't know the exact date. And I want to check because you've told me the pack in the car is potentially faulty, that this whole series of packs has a potential fault. So are you extending the warranty on this battery pack? And their answer was no. And then I got kind of grumpy because I was like, it's fine. When I bought the car, I knew that I was buying a car with a limited amount of warranty left. But it was a vehicle that's been proven to be very reliable. It has a pack which hadn't at that point had any problems, and it was made by a company that I trust. And so I was comfortable with the fact that we had a year and a bit's worth of warranty on the expensive stuff and not to worry about the rest of the vehicle because it's a Kia, it's pretty cheap to repair. So that's a world of difference from buying a vehicle where Kia has said that some percentage of the vehicles are faulty and they don't know which ones. It's like, you know, your Lucky Dip M&Ms where one of them is poison. And so having had in writing from Kia that I was getting a new pack, I kind of grumpily said, hey, you told me I was getting a new pack in writing, you told me it was in the country, I want my new pack. And that's where things stand. So, I mean, at the moment, the vehicle is functioning, so far as I can tell, just fine. We only typically charge it up to 80% anyway. It was an attempt to prolong the life of the batteries, although is that worth it now? Who knows? It has 91,200-ish miles on the clock, and the warranty runs out later this year. And I am annoyed, I think is probably the word that I would use. I am not pleased with the way that Kia's handled this. There were 3 real options when Kia discovered this problem. There are only about 2,000 Souls in the US that have this issue, and they didn't sell that many Souls outside the US that have this issue. So option 1, just buy the cars back. That would have been a reasonable response, or at least offer to. Option 2, replace the batteries, which is what they tried to do, but the problem is that they need remanufactured batteries because the BMS in this vehicle can't easily handle a larger capacity, more modern battery. Option 3, which would have been my preferred choice, would be to replace the BMS with a new BMS that can handle a different battery and put a modern pack of equivalent capacity in. 30 kilowatt hour pack in a 30 kilowatt hour car. That, with modern cells, would have been probably the best solution, although probably the most expensive for Kia. But what they did instead is do what basically all automakers who've faced this problem down so far have done, which is to hedge and nudge people along saying, well, we'll try this, we'll try this, we'll try this. And that just doesn't instill confidence. It makes me feel uncomfortable about the fact that I own another Kia vehicle. And it just makes me feel like they don't want to stand behind the warranty, particularly because most of the vehicles with this pack are coming up to the end of their warranty period. And it really feels like as a software update, they've just kind of gone, well, our first software update was a bit too sensitive, so we'll make it less sensitive and hopefully nothing will catch fire. But, you know, if 1 or 2 do, then never mind. Now, that's obviously my opinion, not Kia's, but that's the way as a consumer that it feels, that they just want to run out the warranty so they don't have to do the work to replace the packs in these cars. And that's really frustrating as an owner and as someone who's recommended Kia vehicles and still does, but also now has this caveat, this little asterisk next to that recommendation. I'm very disappointed in Kia. We'll keep you up to date on what happens with this vehicle. We are unlikely to sell it, but also, do I feel happy about it? No. The thing that I got out of this whole process is 6 months. I have to say our local dealer has been excellent. They have been very helpful. They have apologized multiple times for the situation. They've apologized for being messed around with, like, you're getting a new pack and then you're not getting a new pack. They gave us a loan vehicle, which was a brand new Kia Niro EV that we drove for the last 6 months. And They ended up replacing the 12-volt battery in this vehicle because obviously it sat for 12 months and went completely flat and killed the 12-volt battery. So instead of having the pattern part fitted that came with the car, it has a brand new 12-volt battery. So yay for that, I suppose. However, the car also sat outside for 6 months. You can still see in the trim up on the roof that the car has grot in there, and I've spent quite a lot of time today cleaning the car. I took it to a car wash, a hand car wash, where I spent quite a lot of time trying to dig into all the channels and all the little bits with a cloth to try and get rid of some of that grime. And you can still, I mean, you can see it here because I missed a bit when it was soapy. I didn't notice. It's down here. It's all around the badge work. It's still ingrained in the trim around the doors. I'm going to have to get it detailed to get it looking better. And I know, yeah, there's a big hole in the bumper and what have you, but it's frustrating. Like, yeah, our dealer gave us a car wash token because they don't have facilities on site to wash them. And maybe I should have put it through the car wash before I attacked it. Probably should have. But even still, it's shoddier than it was when we got it, because it's sat for 6 months with no maintenance. I'm very disappointed in Kia. I think that's come across. And I'll let you know whether we get any kind of resolution on the we promised you a pack and now we have decided not to, because that's just not good enough. And we'll keep an eye on the battery pack. We'll see what it does. But till that happens, till we get a resolution or till something goes wrong, we're stuck with a car that neither of us entirely trust. Thanks for joining me today. And if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them below in our Discord chat room, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can be 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There's a range of different tiers you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just under $11 a year. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Mac McIntosh, Kyle Randall, Bryant E. Day, Shedrick Mask, and Robin Mayorga. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your week of fame. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at. Address is also down below. And if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below too. This month we're celebrating spring with an amazing t-shirt designed by our in-house artist and animator Erin. It's all about growing your own EV charging with solar power. Get yours today by heading to our Redbubble store. We've got some great content coming up, so make sure you've subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we think this one is also well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving!